Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome back to the Soul Card Studio and another weekly forecast. Man, these weeks are really going by fast, and I know I seem to say that every week, but it's really true. And last week we had a lot of energetic shakeup with the full moon. We also had Mercury going into retrograde. We had Jupiter going into Leo. We had, I think, what was it, Mars going into Gemini. So yeah, it was a lot going on. And if your Mercury's in retrograde like mine, you've been experiencing some issues. I know I had an internet outage. A couple of days plans didn't go as planned. So yeah, but Mercury's definitely retrograde, y'all, right? And so that was a lot of cosmic shifts last week. But this week, it's all about integration, right? We're starting to recalibrate, and we are starting to build this week. So also the week 27 is guided by the Ace of Diamonds. So this is the card of new financial beginnings, and that's music to a lot of people's ears, especially if you've been going through some financial dips, right, and a little bit of shortage these past couple of months, weeks, days, or whatever it's been for you. This is the start of fresh abundance. So let's look forward to that this week. There's a lot of opportunity, and if we plant the seeds correctly, we could be planting the seeds for long-term wealth starting this week with the Ace of Diamonds. So, the Ace of Diamonds is all about new chapter of abundance is available to you. But, right, you have to reach for it, right? Nothing is given. You have to be able to take it, right? So, aces are pure potential, right? It's a spark of a new beginning. So, this is very good energy, especially if you're looking at your finances now, thinking about starting a business, or just wanting to plan for the long term, maybe a savings plan or something of that nature. An investment plan would probably even be better than saving. So in diamonds, that's the suit of values and money and worth and manifestation. And so this is really the seed of something transformative starting this week. So, and if I hadn't mentioned already, I'm Portia with the Soul Card Studio, and I look forward to guiding you through this week. We cover astrology, a little bit of numerology, and cardology on top of that. So I'm going to give you the forecast for the week. And if you've been enjoying these videos, please pass this information along to someone who can enjoy it as well. Like, subscribe, and share this information with your friends and family members who love to hear about what's happening with the stars and the numbers this week. So let's dive in, starting with astrology first. So yeah, with astrology this week, it's much quieter than what it was last week. But quiet doesn't mean not interactive. This is just not chaos energy per se. This is really the energy that we use to plant seeds, because we still have the sun in Cancer all week, and that's bringing more focus to home, emotional security, right? So it's really, Cancer is a watery sign, so it deals with home responsibility, family, intuition, nurturing, right? And so it's reminding us really to build from the inside out, right? So it's not only telling you to go after material gain this month because we are in that vibration of the eight. It's also about how do you feel about money? What is your worth? How do you feel that you're worthy, right? Do you deserve everything that you say that you want, right? It goes back to that because we're in Cancer season. And so it's really about emotional security and making sure that you're right on the inside as it relates to money, your finance, and or financial security, and whatever you're trying to achieve in that area. But it's really before abundance can show up, your inner foundation has to be strong enough to hold it, right? So you have to form the container that can sustain the wealth. Oftentimes, we see a lot of people hit the lottery, right, for hundreds of millions of dollars sometime, and then you hear within less than 10 years that they're broke, and you're wondering how that happened. Well, it's because they didn't have a good emotional relationship with money, right? You have to get right with that first in order to not only get the money, but be able to hold on to it. Yes, because we're in it for the long term, not for the short term. And so we have the Mercury in retrograde also until the 23rd of this month. And so that is always going to bring us back to square one because it's in retrograde in Cancer. So it's going right back even harder into the theme that I'm telling you about, which is emotional security around your financing. finances. How do you feel about your money? How do you feel about money, period? When you go to price something for your business, or if you try to charge for a service that you're providing, are you pricing on the low end, or are you pricing on the high end because you're targeting those kind of clients because you know that you're worthy of that dollar amount, right? So it's about not shrinking into a smaller role. It's about standing taller, about what you deserve